Hello, what is swing trading and how does it work? Swing trading, in my opinion, is about buying and selling stocks along one swing of the chart. So when the price is moving, it's going to be creating multiple swings. And for swings, for instance, I will say that this is swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down, and so forth. So depending on how you want to view it, if you want to call the whole thing swing, is the price is making zigzag, so we can call it as well a zigzag. So we have the zig and the zag. So swing trading is about, in my opinion, it's about buying and selling along one side of the zigzag. And there are multiple strategies that you can use to swing trade, and the one that I like to use is buying and selling along the zig of the swing of the zigzag, assuming this is the zig and this is the zag, zigzag, zigzag. So buy and sell along the zig of the zigzag. So, and if we are calling these swings, the price is making different swings, buying and selling along the upswings of the chart is what I try to do. So, and how does that work? I'm going to use the strategy that we are using to explain that. So we are going to use TSCO, and I have not traded TSCO yet, but with the strategy we are using this year, we trace the uptrend line passing by the valley of the chart or the mountain, and we like to buy at that line. Again, the price is making multiple swings along its path, but when you look at it, it looks like a mountain. When it leaves a support line, goes up and come back to where I like to call it one full cycle, and it is a mountain. So we have the peak and then we have the valley. So with our long option and swing trading strategy, we like to determine the possible valleys that the price might fall back to after it's done reaching peaks, and then to rest on a little bit and then go back from there. And we like to analyze the price regularly, see where the price is compared to where we want to buy. And when it pull back to the support line and start going up from there, we will pay close attention to it. And once we start seeing higher lows, when we see about 3, we'll buy some shares. We just like to see some higher lows there to see if it's done going down and it's getting ready to go up, and we will compare that area to a previous time that it touched base with that support line to see if it remained there for a while before leaving. That way we don't rush to get in too early. And once we purchase the stocks, we will compare where the price is to where we purchase to where we want to exit. And where we want to exit, because we are trading upward stocks, more precisely large cap stocks, they reach new high often. Therefore, we target the next new high as the exit point. So once it reached that level, we like to use 2 additional strategies to see if you want to stay in the trade longer or get out. So the first of the 3 exit strategy is to compare the current high to the previous one to see when it reached that high, if it continued to reach more higher peak before it climbed down, or if it just climbed down after that. So by looking at this, for instance, it reached the highest peak somewhere here in this circle, and from that level it continued to reach a higher peak up to this area, and then it pulled back. So from there to here is probably about 6 months or so. We have the dates on the x-axis from the past to the present, and we have the price on the y-axis from 0 up. So if it climbed the mountain higher and higher for about 6 months, once we purchase it and it reached a new high, then we can decide that maybe we might stay in the trade for half that time frame, therefore about 3 months or so. The second strategy, but does not mean it's going to repeat the same pattern, but we want to lean on the previous pattern in case it's a repeating pattern to make those assumptions. And the second strategy we like to use is, so that is the second strategy. The first one is when it reach the higher, the new high of this circle, which, because we are using maximum daily chart for analysis, that new high will be all-time high. So when it reaches, do we want to sell the stock or stay in longer? So the second strategy determines the time frame of the previous highs for the previous cycle, and we can stay in it for half that time. So the third strategy will be to quantify the exit, how much we want to sell it. That, to calculate that, assuming this is a new cycle that started here, and which I'm not sure though, because it's in touch base with it before it start going up. But if we assume this is another cycle that started here, then the cycle was like this. So therefore this will be the highest peak, which is like $60, and this will be the lowest at the valley, which is 37. So when we take $60 divided by 37, it will give us a ratio of 1.6. Then we can decide that let's assume a touch base at the, so for this cycle that started like this, the lowest price will be 46. So we can take 1.6 times 46 will be 73.6. Then we can decide that, let's say you purchase it somewhere, it start going up, and you purchase it somewhere here, then we can estimate that if you reach 73, we can sell it. So it reached the peak somewhere here in July, and we are in, and then it has not gone any higher than that. So in this, for this stock, for instance, that strategy does not work for it, and for some others it might work for it. So 73.6 will be a price set that if it reaches 73.6, we will sell it. So those are criteria that we can put in place to determine if we want to sell it as soon as we see this high, if we purchase it somewhere here, if we want to sell it when it reaches this high, or stay in the trade for 3 more months, or sell it when it reach around $73. Those are assumptions based on how it behaved in the past that we can set those milestones to use to determine when we want to sell. Knowing that strategy, we can lean on it when we are selecting stocks to put in our watch list to see if those stocks, the way they behave, if they are comparable with the strategy we are using, so that we have those type of stocks we can use the strategy we are using to trade them. When I started swing trading last year, I used short option long swing trading strategy, but in 2025 I'm using long option long swing trading strategy. And 2024 was the first time that I swing trade, and I continue in 2025 as well. But I started with large cap growth stocks, and I swing trade them. If we are looking at this stock, for instance, today is October 28, 2025, and yesterday the market closed on green. The price went up yesterday. The price at the end of the day was higher than the morning price. But again, it seems to be going up, but it's far from where we want to buy. But at the same time, it pulled back and start going up. So we don't know if it's done with this peak or if it's just resting and go up from there. When we see around those areas, it makes quite a bit of jagged teeth, quite a bit. So we don't know if it's just done with this circle or if it's going to, you see the way it pulled back here and then went up. So we don't know if it's trying to do the same thing here. Therefore, it's not done climbing up yet. It's just pulling back for a while and then go up from there. We don't know. But with the strategy, the exit strategy that we use, it didn't really match it. With this, if you purchase it somewhere here, you must stay in the trade when they start pulling back, because you won't sell it at the first new high that you come across. If you wanted to stay in it longer based on how it behaved previously, you will stay in it until it pull back this low. So whether it's going to go back up from here again the way it did it here, we don't know. But again, we are trying to see stocks that we have in the watch list, if they are comparable with the strategy we are using. So for what I was saying before is, we pick stocks, we create our watch list with specific criteria to have strong companies, stocks on our watch list to swing trade, and then we are using the strategy. So we pick the stocks and then we chose the strategy we want to use to swing trade. So, and then we see what stocks are working well with that strategy and which one are not. But as we are progressing forward and we are getting good at swing trading, now we know the strategy we are using. We can lean on that to pick the stocks we are putting in our watch list for 2026 to see if those stocks, the way they move, the way their swings are, does that follow a pattern that we can swing trade with the strategy we are using. And by comparing TSCO with the strategy we are using, for instance, I will say that it does not is now really comparable with that strategy we are using. If we go back to it again, we can say that our support line is well defined, although here it didn't touch base with it, so we don't know if it's going to come back. So to buy it when it was coming down, if we are waiting for it to come down closer to the support line and start going up from there, we wouldn't have purchased it here. because again it was just a little bit too higher up. When it touched base with it here and it isn't here, we might think that maybe it's not done going down yet, and from there it went up and then pulled back. So again, we won't, unless we decided to get in higher up, we won't buy it to have to worry about selling it. But again, those are things we have to pay attention to now to see if the stocks is comparable with the strategy we are using, and see if we can use the strategy we are using to pick the stocks we are adding to our watch list, because we create a watch list for 1 year time frame to just swing trade from during the year and flag the one that are now working well with the strategies, that we can take it out and put others in it. So now we are working on picking stocks for 2026 watch list. We can fine tune our filters to see if we can keep our strategy we are swing trading with in mind when we are analyzing the stocks that we will add to our watch list, to see if the way they behave, if they are really following the value line that we are choosing to be our entry point, if they are respecting their uptrend lines, because we want to swing trade, we want to buy on a value line, support line that is uptrending, not horizontal value line. Our strategy is about trading growth stocks that are that have uptrend lines as support lines. So we want to see if those stocks are respecting those support lines, uptrend support lines that we can choose for entry point, and if they are frequently reaching new high, often every 1.5 years or so, for us to use as because we want to exit at the new high. So we want to be keeping those in mind when we are picking up stocks to see if we can add them to our watch list for 2026. But again, I didn't do that in 2024 when I was selecting my stock. I used specific criteria to select good stocks that are uptrending, sold on NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange, and pretty much have been around at least before 2008, and I made some exception for few that are in the tech industry and went public later. So those are criteria that I use, and that they are corporations, now partnership. So those are criteria that I use to select those stocks, and then narrow a pick about 80 or so from them to swing trade in 2024 using short upturn and swing trading strategy. And again in 2025, I went back to that master list of 300 stocks again and pick about 80 to create my 2025 watch list that I swing trade from as well. And going into 2026, we are doing the same, and we are recording the process to share with you how we are analyzing our master list to see if we have to work on our 2026 watch list. But that is swing trading, and that is how it works. So TYL yesterday the price dropped, so it's a red bar and a red price here, just meaning that the price at the end of the day was lower than the price in the morning when the markets open. It's going down, is below the support line that is supporting the upside wall of the mountain, but is now close to where we want to buy it yet. And it reached a new high here, and it seems to be going down. So it reached that new high at the beginning of 2025. So it could just well be done going up from last time that it touched base with the support line, which was in 2023. For 2 years it was on the rise, and now it could well just be deciding to go down again to the valley line, but it's not there yet. So, and swing trading is about buying the stocks at one side of the swing and sell it there as well. But depending on the strategy you are using, you might decide to sell when it start going down from that swing on the zag side of it. And for some other swing trading, some swing on the zag side of the swing, the zag side, like on the downtrend, by borrowing from the broker to sell, and then when it goes lower, they will buy it back and make profit on the, after they pay the brokerage fee, make profit on it. But we try to trade on the upswing side by buying low and selling high, and trying to see if we can trade on the same side of the swing. At least that is a strategy we are using right now. But again, keep in mind that there are different swing trading strategy out there, and you can pick one and try. If you like it, you can just keep improving it. That's how in 2024 we use short option and swing trading strategy by trading along every small swings of the chart. For instance, this is 2024 here. You know, short option and swing trading strategy means trade along that area. For instance, we have those arrows here, and we like to put arrows on it where we purchased and where we sold, and you can see how we purchased and sold. If we purchased this in 2024, very close to each other there. So very often we purchase and sold stocks. We purchase and sold before it pull back and so forth. And sometimes if you purchase it at the wrong price, at the wrong spot, it will pull back, and when it start going up again, we make profit, we will sell it. But for 2026, I just decided, for 2025, I decided that I'm going to do the long option and swing trading strategy, and that is how I'm improving the strategy that I'm using by customizing it. And because I invested and traded before, there are different ways that I did it before, and I'm pulling from that knowledge to keep refining my swing trading strategy. And that's why in 2025 I decided to swing trade using long option and swing trading strategy by buying at the valley and sell at the peak. And of course, it's not going to be exactly at the valley, it's not going to be exactly at the peak, but buying it at the valley when it start going up and make few higher lows, and sell it at the peak before it start going down, or around the peak before it start going down. And that is swing trading, and that is how it works. So we have our swing trading record here, and in 2023 we use 52 weeks low and 52 weeks high trading strategy to swing trade dividend stocks. And in 2024 is when we swing traded and use short option and swing trading strategy, and in 2025 we are using long option and swing trading strategy. With long option and swing trading strategy, you don't buy often, you don't sell often, but then you can accumulate quite a bit of profits along the way by buying it low and selling it high. But you'll stay in the trade longer, and a lot of times you won't have cash in your account, because they will be in stocks that you purchase that you are waiting on to sell. With long option and swing trading strategy, you buy, you sell every few days, you'll make small profits, you'll buy often, and you'll have pretty much your capital will be in form of cash in your account rather than being in stocks, because you are in and out of those stocks every few weeks. And that is pretty much the difference between the two, and you can see the profit we made swing trading and trading that way. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. We thank you very much for all of your comments. We thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiabi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and ninasub.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. And when you are swing trading, testing your strategy with a stock, buy one share of that stocks, and then that way you can just keep an eye on it to see if your strategy is working well with that stocks, and you can just target minimum $1 profit after you pay your brokerage fee, and that is profit, even if it's that just $1. And once you make profit in it, next time you are going to buy that stock again, you know that it works well with your strategy. To increase your profit, you just buy more share from there. Thank you so much for your time. And by just buying one share of those stocks, you'll be able to stretch your capital. And when the stock is well formed position for you to buy, you'll have money in the account to buy while you are still saving to add it to your account. You'll be able to test your strategy, and when you'll have cash to buy those stocks on your watch list to see if they are comparable with your strategy, you'll train yourself more as you trade often. That's why it might be a good idea when you just start out not to buy a large share of one stock at once, but spread your capital among those stocks you have on your watch list so that you can keep trading, because you have cash in the account. Each time a stock is well positioned for you to buy, you have money available to buy at least one share of it. And once you make profit trading one stocks, you know that the next time you are going to buy it again, you'll just buy more share from there, because you are confident that you can trade that stock with the strategy you are using. But again, is if you have a watch list of stocks that you just keep swing trading from. That way you are now, every stocks you trade is not a brand new stocks for you, but those are stocks on your watch list that you keep analyzing, keep familiarizing yourself with their chart often. For more of our swing trading tips, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video. Thank you so much for your time.